This video is going to be long. So grab, get your drink of choice, snacks, beverage, champagne, juice, wine, NyQuil, whatever it is that you fancy. I have an entire Sephora bag filled to the brim. And this is everything that I got from the VIB sale. Everything I have tried, and I have thoroughly tested everything, and I'm ready to share my thoughts on what worked, what didn't, and let you know. The first item I returned is the Supergroup bestseller starter kit. I said I was going to grab that. Now I wanted to try the Supergroup sunscreen because it's just so talked about and hyped everywhere, okay? So as I was trying all three of the products, I noticed there was one, I think that's a mineral one. I'm going from memory. Another one that is like an unseen sunscreen, so it's not going to show a white cast. And then the third one, of course, is the most hyped item, which is the Glowscreen, the one that really gives a dewy look. What I noticed the most is that each one of the sunscreens would give me an overall dry feeling on my skin, okay? And this is after my skin is prepped. All my skincare products I put on, and then I put my sunscreen on last, and it just still feels dry. The Glowscreen sunscreen, the most popular and hyped sunscreen, that one I noticed if I rubbed it into my skin, it would start to peel up. Okay, so it doesn't like to play with other products. But then another day, what I did is I just started to just kind of like press and pat it in, kind of like smooth it out. And it worked. It behaved fine. I did enjoy the overall dewy look on the skin. However, if you have darker skin, so, let's go down to the deep category, my skin tone and down, there is this slight grayish color to it. And we're talking it's subtle. But it's subtle enough where I noticed. And then I went out in the sun. I was like, not even if I'm wearing any type of makeup. And even with makeup on, that was another thing. When I would put foundation on top, I could still see how it's changing a little bit. So we're talking slight of that foundation. And I will notice that. So I said, nope, you got it. You gotta go. Next two skincare products I grabbed, Glow Recipes Dewdrops. This is a replenishment from my first one. So I finished an entire genie jar of this wonderful, wonderful product. I absolutely love it. This is actually the one that I finished, but I have just a tiny little bit left. So I'm actually going to scrape it out. Oops, caught it in time, and use it as a prep product to prep my skin. It does work and just really, it just juices everything up. This one is from Innbeauty. Now this is a newer product to me. It's called the Slushy Serum Moisturizer Crush. I received a sample of it first just to play around with it, and that way I would know whether or not I wanted to grab it. It states to look a dewy, smooth, clear skin, kind of, the regular claims a brand will say. See right there, they'll say, filters away the pores, rough, dull skin. It was the ingredient list that pulled me in as far as wanting to try it. I've also worn this as another prep skin prep product with the dewdrops. Skin prep is where it's at. You want your makeup to completely transform and look different versus how you, kind of slap it on and not really pay attention to what you're prepping your skin with. You need to put the appropriate products on. And the last prep product is from Rare Beauty, the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. This spray is not going anywhere. It's going to stay right here on my desk. It has a nice spray nozzle, and it goes out whoosh. Let me see. I'm going to do it now, see if you can hear it. Did you hear that? I hope you did. It is just light and refreshing, but it is you know, I always use my primer type sprays. It's light, it's refreshing, it doesn't have a strong scent to it. It just depends on my mood. I'll use it, you know, as the last step in my makeup. I'll do it in between layers. But I do enjoy, again, that radiant appearance that it offers on the skin. And it's not a strong, like, glowing to the gods type of appearance on the skin. Tools is next. I have 3 Sephora collection brushes. Now, Sephora's collection brushes were 30% off. So here's where I was like, okay, let me just get the best of the best, that I want to really focus on that particular product that I'm trying to apply. So first up is this one, which is the Pro Brush 99. This is where the shape comes up, where it's that beveled shape. So it's not that true triangle. It's just a little bit like cut, and it is slightly dense. I love this one the most for any type of blush application. Brush number 98 is next. Again, states liquids, creams, powders, but it's marketed as a highlighting brush. So I feel that it is a good size for that, you know, that product. And it does have no taper type appearance, but it does have that slight dense right there at the top. So that's what you need to kind of help buff and blend out highlighter. And the last brush is number 19, which is the Pro Brush Crease. So for the eyes. So it will blend out the liquids and the powder. And why I wanted this one is because I have hooded eyes, how it tapers and goes up to a point, that is what I need, because it will get into a fold, apply the product, and immediately start blending it out. This is absolutely perfect. Small eyes, hooded eyes. The smaller brushes is where you want to focus it at, and it's just remarkable. Next is Sephora Favorites Clean Me Up Kit. So this is just a good way to try a bunch of brands all at once. And it's clean favorites that I enjoy using, but it was a good way for me to get some travel sizes of products that I currently use and I can't be without. So definitely first is the Tower 28 SOS spray. I can just pour it in now, take it with me. And then the Innbeauty. When I saw this, I jumped. The lip oil that I absolutely adore in the shade Come Through. Now the other products here were, you know, fairly new to me. The Saie Beauty Super Glowy Gel, and this shade here at first was kind of scaring me a bit because it looks like it's going to be that silver appearance on my skin. I thought it was going to be ashy. It's in the shade Star Glow, and I'm happy that I gave this a shot because Star Glow does not turn ashy on my skin. I mix it in with my foundation. It's not changing the color. It's not doing any of that like the Supergroup was doing. It's just adding up this notch of glow. That's incredible. And then like today, I used it with the highlighting brush as my highlighter. Very natural, and it's beautiful. Ilia's mascara, I already have a couple of these small sizes. I do enjoy that one. It doesn't clump on my lashes. It separates and it makes it look full. The Merit Lip Oil, I do have the see-through color one, or clear. Actually, I have it right there by its little bag. I thought it looked kind of cute over there on the little gold table. But this is a shade which is, I think it's called Marrakesh. Yeah, Marrakesh. So it has a tone to it that's actually has some pigment to it. That was something that surprised me. I have it on today. I'm going to put a little bit more on. And it's just that right amount of pigment that I'm looking for. And the last item is from Kosas. This is their full size. This is a full size 10-second eye gel watercolor eyeshadow in heat. The other full size item is the Merit lip oil, in case you were wondering. This color isn't something I would have chose on my own just because of my skin tone. I would have liked something a lot deeper. Maybe like an everyday brown tone. I feel that that would have been a nice, or basically should have been in here, because just like some sort of a neutral color. But they decided to go with this route. So it's okay. It does set. It gives me enough time to blend out on my skin. It's just the color. I'm just like not too keen on. I did pick up a travel size of the Hollywood Flawless Filter here by Charlotte Tilbury. Another great travel size. You know what I noticed is Charlotte's products, she has a lot of like travel friendly products. So I like that about her brand. And I chose the lighter shade Up, which is 6.5 deep. This just blended right in. It gives me well, I don't have to, this needs no introduction. It's sold out during the sale. It's just a beautiful, realistic, natural glow on the skin. This product here from Rare Beauty, this was new, so it was available to grab at the sale. The Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer SPF 20. So this item, the color chart had, if you are this color in the actual foundation, this is your matching shade, or what they recommend for the tinted moisturizer. It has just that dropper spout. And yes, this shade is perfect on my skin. Beautiful, radiant, natural, dewy skin. So that is what I get from this. And it's not in any way, shape, or form any type of full coverage. It's not even a medium, true medium coverage. This is a light sheer coverage on the skin. I did not see any type of buildup like, oh, I have, like a dark mark. That's not even dark, dark spot. But let me try and build it up. No, do not expect that. This is just something to put on, close your eyes, and blend it into your skin. It'll be fine. It's really, really nice and hydrating on the skin. So I'm definitely glad I grabbed that. And my shade is 46C. The Kosas, this is the new one as well. The Revealer Skin Improving Foundation, State Sunscreen SPF 25. I already received actual samples of these two, so I already knew the colors that I would grab are the correct ones. So medium, deep, neutral, warm, 340 works. Perfect for my skin tone. Just blends right in. This one though, you can see the coverage go up a notch. So again, not full coverage, but it starts to creep into the medium coverage tone. Then Shiseido is last. Again, I don't know if this is clean or not. This is the Skin Self-Refreshing SPF 30. But this is something that, again, it's still talked about, which is rare here in YouTube land. Isn't that rare? Like someone is still recommending and talking about a foundation that shows you that, it's here to stay. Okay. My shade is 510 Suede. This is a shade that I don't have to touch at all. It just blends into my skin tone. Like it has that perfect mix of that neutral olive undertone that I need, and it is beautiful. None of these products settles into any type of lines or whatnot. It's just the way your skin looks, especially if you prep it right. I'm here to stay. Here to stay. And then for loose powder, I stated I was going to grab again from Rare Beauty the Always an Optimist loose powder. Now I have the shade medium. And I believe medium just disappeared when I was swatching it, and it does. It disappears. It looks darker. It does look darker in here as far as the color appearance, but there's no cast. Okay, this is something that is up there with Milk, my number one loose powder. It is right up there with it. Just melts into the skin. It is perfection. A must have. And I'm so happy I have that. I did grab two concealers. I stated already I was going to grab a fresh new Kosas in a lighter shade, 7.5. 7.5 is now my tone, and it's perfect. It blends in. It offers that slight brightness I like under my eyes, and I'm very pleased with it. And this is a travel size, small sample size here, but it's from Nude Stick. So this is something that is new to me. And the only reason why I wanted to try this one, this is just their cream concealer. It comes in this little tube here. It was a great price because it's, travel size. But I kept seeing this being used by someone that I follow on TikTok, and we have the same aesthetic. We have the same, you know, just look, or we have very similar products. And this is actually her favorite concealer. And I have the shade Nude 8, which is a perfect shade for me, blends right in. And it offers the coverage very similar, I would say, to Kosas, although Kosas I can feel it gives me a little bit more coverage, but this doesn't crease, it doesn't cake, anything like that. So I do like it. But because it does remind me of Kosas, it's not something that I'm going to repurchase. For contour, I was able to snag, it came back in stock from Charlotte Tilbury, the contour one. Now, I already knew that the shade medium deep would work for my skin tone because I've already swatched this multiple times. So I'm here to stay. This is a product, another product that doesn't need any introduction. This tube style with the wand, just like the highlighter that she has, and in various different colors. That is what it looks like. And on my skin tone, this color gives off a bronze tone. It's not shimmery or anything like that, but it has this toasted color to it, like toast coming out of the a toaster, you know, the bread. That is what I immediately thought of when I put it on. It's so flattering, and I can use it also to contour my nose. I really like this mechanism with the sponge too, and I like that I can twist it to, you know, keep it from accidentally leaking. I like that aspect of it. Last complexion product is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder. Now, I have two shades. I got 7N, well, I got 6N and 7N. And 7N is the shade that always is sold out. And even when I went to the store, there was no display. No display. It went straight to 8N. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I know this shade is very popular with you fair-skinned girls, grabbing the deep shades for your bronzer, for your contour. So when I saw it came back in stock like that one day, and I grabbed it. I said, I'm going to try this one out. And then 6N. So 6N, first off, you need to see these two in person. Because I kid you not, even on my phone camera, it lightens it up. So to me, in real life, when you look at these two shades, they are neck and neck. Except 7N has a slight deeper tone. We're talking slight, just a little bit. And it's a lot more neutral than 6N. That is the only difference between the two. So I just want to make sure I have the right one up. This is 7N, and this is 6N. So hopefully you can see that. I'm telling you, they look darker in person. Depending on the brush that I use. If I use more fluffy, more, you know, light and airy, this just sweeps on as, you know, like that setting type powder, and we're good to go. This powder does not settle into any line. There's no creasing, no caking, no nothing. It is beautiful, like just like light as air. Okay, so I am impressed. Now, how I can use this as a bronzer for my skin tone is I get a dense brush. So I've just been using it a lot. It just happens to be on my desk. It's the one from Saie Beauty. So see how dense and thick that is? And then I just go in with it, and it's a golden tone bronzer on me. Beautiful. Oops, excuse me. Beautiful. I've gone out and I remember one time I wore this bare skin too. No other products, bare skin. And I was in Target, and the checkout girl, she goes, "Your cheeks look really pretty. Like, do you have blush on or something?" I was like, it was just this. So 6N is here to stay. 7N on me, again, going with either a fluffy brush, going with a dense brush. It starts to go into that contour territory for me, which is not what I'm looking for at all. So I can see why this color is popular with fair skin. For brows, I'm very excited. I have the Refi. I almost said Refi. I've been saying Refi. I'm going to get it right one of these days. Like my brain is, I don't know what's that. It always wants to say it wrong. Refi Beauty. brow products. So I have the Brow Sculpt, and I actually just recently got the brow pomade, so I'm throwing the pomade in. I didn't get it at the sale price, but I definitely want to talk about it. A little wand here, and you open it up, and you get, looks like a mascara wand, and it's loaded with product, just loaded. So that's what it looks like. So what I recommend you do is do one brow at a time, because it's going to start to get tacky. It's going to start to dry. So do that one brow first, and it will actually turn clear. Okay, so I think I did film my new eyebrow routine because I'm growing my brows out. I just want them thicker. So I do go in, and then I push the hairs down, and then I go back in another time. I don't load and goop it up, but I just am working it into my brows. Then when you close it, you take the cap off, and you have a comb, and you have the brush on the other side. So I go in, I use the comb, and then I turn it around, and I use the brush. Now I'm sticking it straight up because you can laminate your brows. That's another thing. I am loving that look. So I brush them all the way up, and then I turn it to its side, and then I press and do it again. That's how you can just plaster it to your skin. Or you can just use the container. I've done that too. So again, working from that one brow. Then you can go in with the next product to, either fill in from the bottom and then the tail. That's what I usually need to fill in until the hairs grow back. And that's why I have the brow pomade. Now, day one that I used the brow pomade with the gel, I could see the pomade in, it went on smooth. However, every other day since then, it hasn't. So this is going to go back to the store. It's just, today was the last day that I used it, and I said, no more. I actually had to take everything off and start from beginning. So I gave this so many chances. Here's another product where I said, like I said, I drop people quicker than this. I'm thoroughly going to give you a shot, and the end result is you got to go. So again, you take the cap off, and you have a slanted brush. So now this is the tips that I have, not only if you are going to grab this, but also to the brand itself. Okay, then not that they're going to watch. You swivel it off, and you have the actual pomade inside. Okay, and my shade is dark. So you just go in, put the brush in and pull it out. And then I just kind of put the excess on the side. Now, here's the problem though. Instead of the actual product getting on the top of the brush, which is where you need it to be, so you can go in to your brow, it wants to collect on the sides. I don't know how it does that, considering I go straight in. Makes no sense to me. So then what I do is I go in, and I'm like, there's barely anything. So then I turn it to the side, and you got to go, don't press on your brow. It deposits too much of the product. Now I'll go in with another brush to go in and do the brush strokes. But by then, the tackiness of the gel, and it's drying, it starts to make the pomade clump and start to not look good. And that's the problem. This blush, Sephora Collection blush, powder blush, and Flirted Up, has been making the rounds on the platforms because makeup, I don't remember if it's Makeup by Mario or Makeup by Ariel. It's probably Ariel. He used the color on either Kylie or Kim. I can't remember. And I can't be bothered to look it up, what sister it is. Gives me this, that's coming in from the cold, that little flushed, if I had that on my skin. So it's a good way to kind of, mimic that on the cheeks. So I focused this blush just in this region right here. I mean, you can pull it up if you're into, that TikTok trend, all this pink underneath the eye. You can do that too. But I love the versatility with this. I've used it as eyeshadow real quick in a pinch. So I like it. The formula blends well. It has pigment, and there are a lot of different colors. There's even colors that are geared towards contour, or you can use them for bronzer. Next purchase is from Makeup by Mario. It is the Soft Pop Blush Stick. I've had this in my pictures in my notes on my phone for the longest time. Okay, this was just kind of an impulse purchase, but I'm glad I grabbed it. It's, you know, in the stick format, but one side has this brush, which I think is, no. Again, take this stuff off, brands. Take this off, these little brush things, and give us more product. This, I mean, these little grooves here, you see? And no one got time for all that mess. It looks like an infection. Now, I keep it covered, okay? And stick with the actual product. But it's this color that I said, I don't have anything like this in my collection because it's this bright hooker pink. I call it hooker pink. No. However, on my skin tone, of course, it turns out to be the most flattering shade I've ever seen. Go figure, right? And it blends well, and there's pigment to it. Picks up very well with that Sephora brush that I was talking about for cheeks, and it just looks beautiful. This is the only color I'm going to grab, mainly because the other colors, you know, are typical colors I already have, but I'm going to go with something that I knew I was not going to reach for the color, and I really do enjoy this. So a pleasant surprise. And then this product from Saie Beauty should be no surprise because I love this brand and I love their liquid blush, the dewy blush, and it's their new color in Spicy. It's what I have on now. I like to use Spicy as that drape color. You can put it on your temples. Again, another color, another product to use with that Sephora brush, and it is just gorgeous. That deeper toasted look on the skin. Very flattering if you have deeper skin. This one, the Huda Beauty Mini Face Palette, this has been in my loves list for a long time. It was on sale, and I am, you know, decluttering. So I have the larger size highlighter palette. I believe they're the same colors. And the Rich Glow is what it's called. So I haven't gotten to her palette, the larger one yet, to see, you know, if it's doesn't blend well and everything. That would be, okay, it's too old, get rid of it. And this was so inexpensive with the discount. So I just went ahead and grabbed it. So it's the same, you know, size as her other Obsession palettes. So in true Stephanie fashion, well, I would say that, right? Dip, go into each color, put it on, and just beautiful. The tones all mixed together look beautiful. I've been asked several times, why do you mix? Why don't you just do one at a time? How do you think you're going to use your products up? How do you think if you keep dipping into the same one? Or, oh, this day I'm going to dip into... No, go into every one. And you'll start to see it all start to go down all at once. Patrick Ta is next. And it's what I have on my eyes. This is his Rose Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. So Major Dimension 2. I do not have the first one. I think I am going to go ahead and grab it because when I put this on, I texted my friend. I said, you know what? After using the Patrick Ta's palette, I feel like I just want to take everything else and throw it in the trash. Throw it away. Get rid of it. So all you need is number 1 and number 2. And I said that I just all I can just see is myself just throwing everything away. Just throw it away. Because this blew me away. This blew me away. The formula blew me away. The packaging, it's luxe and everything. You can get finger marks all over it, but it's the formula. If I use this palette before this video's up and I use the creams, then I'll just like show you the finished look. But you can use the creams as eyeshadows themselves. You know, just blend it out and just lightly dust some loose powder over it that's clear and set it. Or, I mean, what it's meant for is to increase the depth of, you know, these shades. And you can use it with the mattes, and you can use it with the shimmers that are in here. This palette story, the color story, draws me in because it's richer. To me, it looks like it's richer in tone than the first one, which is, you know, that typical neutral palette of, you know, brown tones. And the color story is how I do eyeshadow to begin with. Build up in tones. Here's another thing. You want to get through your eyeshadow palettes, quit dipping into the same pan. Mix them. Just go, well, my eyes, for today's eye look, I just did this all over as the brow bone. And then I dipped into every last one. Because see, it goes from light, medium, all the way to deep dark. So you can just do all your eye look. Now when it comes to shimmers, that's another thing where people is like, oh, I'm just going to use one shimmer. Use all the shimmers. I put all the shimmers on my eye. I just mixed these two together on the very end, and then I just went boop, 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 and just make the little stripes, and then blend them all together. That's it. That's it. That's how you're going to use all your eyeshadows. That's how you're going to use all your pans. I'm telling you, you start doing your makeup like that, and you're going to notice a difference in your products as far as, you know, using it up. Just beautiful. Just a beautiful eyeshadow story. But it, again, is the formula. These blended fast. Just boop, boop, boop. They blend themselves just like Natasha Denona. Okay? That's another one that immediately comes to mind. When you have a powder that is practically blending itself before it even touches the eye, you know you got a good eyeshadow formula on hand. And this is amazing. Makeup Forever, I almost said Aqua Eyes, Artist Color Pencil. So this is in the shade 608 Limitless Brown. So this is the shade I noticed is very popular with deeper skin tone. These pencils you can use, you've probably seen the videos where they've used it for contour, they used it for eyeshadow and all this. I used it just playing around in the morning as a contour, and it looks beautiful. It looks nice and toasty, okay? So you can do that, and it blends out. Just blends out. Bare skin. The other two shades I know that are very popular with this pencil is, I want to say Whatever Walnut and something Taupe. Totally Taupe. Oh, and the third one is Cacao, CACAO, whatever, that one. If you are my skin tone deeper, you have those three, let me know how those shades look, because I might try another one. Okay, I have a gift card, so I can spend. Yeah, this next item, another hot commodity product. Dior Addict Lip Glow Oil, or just the Dior lip oil. So I got clear. If I get clear, I know I'm going to reach for it a ton. The videos that I've seen with the dupes on this, no. I have not used in my collection a lip oil that is like where I can literally say this is a dupe. So my lip oils in my collection is, we're going to, you know, be like the ranking, okay? This one, if you like a thicker texture, you like to be a little bit sticky, okay? So we're looking at a gloss, right? But when you put it on, it, I can feel like a little like cooling sensation. No plumping, no none of that. But it's that plush feeling of hydration. You know what I mean by plush? It's like, oh, I'm so tired. It's like this chair I have. Oh, this chair is the most comfortable chair I have ever sat in, and it probably looks like that's not going to be comfortable. Oh, it is plush. So, you know, when you sink in that, just, that's this. That is this. However, I need to grab Clarins lip oil, okay? The reason being is a lot of people are saying that the Clarins lip oil is the one that started it all, and that Dior copied them. So that's what I want to do, and then I will decide if that statement is accurate. So I am happy I finally have it. I try it. It's going to be right up here too. I've been reaching for it quite a bit. The next product is from Rare Beauty. This is what you've been seeing me put on throughout the video. And it's the Stay Vulnerable balm in Nearly Neutral. This wasn't even a product I was even looking at, but you know, the girls I follow on TikTok, when you follow the right ones that match your aesthetic and we buy the similar products, one was talking about this a lot. And so I said, let me go ahead and get this in Nearly Neutral. And of course, it turned out to be exactly one I keep reaching for. This is another product that feels plush on the lips. However, to me, it doesn't feel like a gloss. It feels like a lip balm that is very hydrating, but it has pigment. That's exactly what it feels like. The most comfortable lip balm. Pigment. So I can put it on, and as you saw, it's going to go with multiple lip liners. I can just wear it by itself. And even though it has pigment to it, I feel like I can just keep building up. And it's not where it starts to look goopy or I have any of that mess on my lips. It's a good formula. Okay, that is something I can seriously see myself repurchasing and actually going through, you know, completing a full tube this year. Last, Refi again. Oh, I said it right the first time. This is their lip sculpt. Now this is their, can I ever keep anything in my hand? This is their lip sculpt lip liner. Another product that I have heard the feedback. How do I use it? How do I keep it staying, you know, stay on my lips? What is this sealant product that's on it? So this one doesn't have, I feel, as much steps to remember as the brow gel. So the only thing is the color choice. So which color you want. I chose the shade Fawn, which is the exact color of the pink that is inside of my mouth. Yes. Very flattering on my lips. It just looks beautiful. Fawn is creamy. It's not overly creamy, but there is enough to slide on the lips. But there is like a slight tug. So it is a little bit of a drier formula is what I noticed with Fawn. But overall, you can fill in your entire lips and it's easy to do and it's comfortable. Now you screw it on the bottom. And this is the sealant underneath to hold the lipstick in place. So this is the easiest way to do it. So you take it out and you have the product on. What I do is it just depends if I want to use my finger, I'll put it on my finger and then I just go over because you know you can just be sloppy with it. It's not going to go everywhere, or you can just use the applicator. I just recommend if you have color on it to just wipe it off before you stick it back in. But this does, it works. It locks it in place and then you can, you know, kiss your hand or do whatever and nothing transfers. Nothing transfers that I've noticed. I went ahead and grabbed Sepia, even though I was like, I didn't want the dark color, because I liked Fawn so much. So I said, let me try it. So Sepia is a darker version of the Makeup Forever pencil. However, I gave this a couple tries. Okay, I remember when I was doing the lip inserts, my lips were just really dry, so I'm putting on Sepia, and I'm like, this is tugging like there's no tomorrow. This one must be really dry, right? But then I remembered, no, wait a minute. I've been taking it off, and my lips are probably really dry. I'll wait till the morning. So in the morning, I'm playing around, you know, put a little lip balm on, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't dry at that time. However, there is a difference in the texture that I can notice. So to me, Sepia is a little bit more drying than Fawn. I don't know about the other shades. That's the first thing I noticed. Two, it's hard to move the product, to blend it into the lips, okay? And I want to do that. I want to blend it into my lips and then put whatever I want on top. So I'm using my finger to really move it. And at that point, I'm over it. Okay, I'm not even putting the sealant on top to secure it. That was a lot, right? That was a lot. That felt like a lot. I'm tired. Again, spring was a good sell. I shudder to think what fall is going to be because fall will be what, holiday? Thanks for hanging in there during this very long video. Thank you very much. Let me know if you tried any of these products. Always enjoy reading your feedback down in the comments. Everyone have a good day. good evening, and I will see you in the next video very soon. Take care. Bye.